Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe. Thank you for being here, everyone. I really appreciate it. It's been a really good day so far. There's a lot of interesting stuff happening at work for me. Not just tedious, stupid stuff, really, more than anything. But yeah, fun day so far. First things first, good morning to all of you. Good afternoon. Do me a favor, smash those likes if you like the content on the show here. What that does, as I'm finding, sorry, I have something fuzzy in my mouth. What I'm finding is that when you smash those likes, it tells the algorithms on YouTube that people like the type of content. And if you do like it, please go ahead and do that for me, because what that'll do is it'll tell other people who are searching the types of keywords and stuff like that we're talking about here to be able to find the content. So, yep, do me a favor, smash those likes, and then also share it on your socials. That'll help get more people to be aware of what's going on within the channel as well. And then also, lastly, but probably the most important, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you want to hear when I go live, things like that, when I upload a video, smash the little bell there as well. Help me grow the channel out just by simply subscribing. So I really do appreciate that. For those of you who are regulars, you know I do a Patreon show every day at 4:30 Eastern as an attempt to have an unfiltered time where I can actually just talk and say what I want to say and or not be concerned about the video being pulled offline. Let's put it that way. And we talk about a wide range of subjects on that channel, similar stuff to this. It says everything to do with medical stuff that's been going on, political stuff, banking, financial stuff. And again, everything on my channels is not financial advice. It is simply for entertainment and or educational purposes only, for you to be able to go down and figure out maybe some stuff to kind of look into. So anyways, also, just kind of a little housekeeping here, if you will. The Crypto Confidential newsletter is also scrolling along the bottom of the screen. Those of you who are regulars, you know about that one already. If those of you are new, just going to put it out there real quick. It is a newsletter where you'll get very interesting information around the crypto markets in general. I highly recommend that you guys take a look at that. I've already seen some of the stuff they're going to be writing, and I will be guest writing every once in a while as well. But I've seen some of the stuff they're going to be putting out there, and it is that type of information is very worth that subscription. There's a lot of people come to me to ask, how do I do X, Y, and Z? I'm not going to give you guys a hint. You got to go get it if you want to see what that is. Stuff around crypto. How do I do different things in crypto? Not from a standpoint of how do I go trade this, that, and the other, but maybe something along the lines of how do I live a life around crypto? Things like that. I know. Anyways, you guys do what you want to do with that one. Share it out on your socials if you want to. Help me get more people in there for that one. So, anyways, enough of that kind of stuff, right? Let's have some fun here and talk about what's happening in the world today. There's a lot of stuff going on today, and you guys have all seen that all the markets are up again today, including the regular stock market. First things first, need some coffee. If I could figure out how to buy stock in the coffee companies that we did our roasting from, that'd be fantastic. But they're all just mom and pop shops, so yeah, fun stuff. Anyways, so let's pop in here and see who we have in the chat here. Oh, by the way, if you're watching live, I have a chat running. You guys can see that. You guys and gals all always have a conversation with each other. I love it. I try to have a conversation with you as well. And then it gives you the opportunity to ask me different questions throughout the show. What do I think about this? What do I think about that? Things like that. A lot of people do. That's fantastic, and I love it. So let's go through here. Who we got? Tom, good morning, my friend. How are you doing today? I got the hiccups. Coffee. Went down the wrong tube. Good morning, Kim. How are you? Thanks for popping in, being here today. Lithia, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for being here. Bitcoin Bull, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing? Bitcoin Management Jim, good morning, buddy. How are you? Let's see who we got here. We've got Manny. Good morning. How's it going, man? What's up? How are you doing today? Anyways, if you are watching, I've got you streaming on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I've got 2 Facebooks running actually right now. I do have a Facebook page specifically for the show. Smash the likes, comment in the thing, or whatever under the video, and it should pop up in my feed here. If I don't respond to you, I apologize. I can easily see the YouTube stuff going through. Yeah, fun stuff. Cool. We got someone from Australia. Dennis, how's it going? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, like I said, you guys say hey. Try to say hey back and all that fun stuff. So let's have some fun with the show today. All right. So everyone in New and their brother has heard all the headlines about the Fed and their decision today and what they're going to be doing with the rate hikes. Everybody knows what they're going to do. They're going to raise the rates. They've already told everyone they're going to raise the rates. All they're doing is trying to prime the market. It's going to rise up so that it doesn't fall further than it did yesterday. So they're buying everything up in anticipation of it dropping the $300 or $400 that it's been up so far. So that has other people speculating that crypto is also doing the same thing. On one hand, I don't disagree, but on another hand, like I've been saying, crypto is going to hold a point. It's going to stop, and it may have. I don't know right now. It may hold that point, and what it will do when it holds that point is that it will continue to rise because people in the stock market are going to realize that the assets that they have in the stock market, in these companies, in these hedge funds, in these whatever they are not worth anything. People are like, well, crypto is not worth anything either. I'm like, no, crypto gives you, because of blockchain technology, it gives you a way and their freedom around their systems. Maybe one day everything will be dominated in Bitcoin. Who knows? And then Bitcoin tied to a certain amount of gold or a certain amount of silver, or I don't know how they're going to set it up. And I say they, maybe it needs to be us. You know, Bitcoin was created by a bunch of developers. Yeah. Satoshi Nakamoto did the white paper, stood it up, worked with a bunch of different people to get it stood up, and then disappeared. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. However, those people who disappeared, whether it's a group, whether it's just an individual, whatever, they built something. They used technology, they used code, they used programming language to build a freedom-based currency, and then a freedom-based system. I mean, think about, now we have all these different blockchains out there. They have very, very real-world use cases that really do solve real-world problems. And a lot of time, people who are not whole coiners, Bitcoin maxis, as I like to call them, I call them maxis. They only focus on Bitcoin. They don't realize that Litecoin's out there for means of exchange. They don't realize that the Ethereum, I really think Polygon's that is going to be the winner out of here, is the system to beat, if you will. Ethereum has first mover advantage. However, their advantage is going to be taken away by one of their partners because their partner can do everything they're doing and way more without them. We'll talk about that in a minute. I genuinely look at this and I go, okay, what's about to happen? Nobody actually knows, and that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing that anyone can actually read. No one's got a crystal ball, right? But you can pray for wisdom. Scripture talks about that, right? Scripture talks about, I think it's in James chapter 1, verse 5, or chapter 5, verse 1. I don't remember. It's something 1 and 5. in the book of James in the scripture, in the New Testament. Talks about asking for wisdom. And it gives you basically a recipe on how to do that. If you follow that recipe, we'll call it, read the whole chapter. You'll see it's the first couple of verses. And you'll understand how to do it. But be fervent in it. Be persistent in it. Knock and the door will be open to you. Ask and you shall receive. You need to understand, you need to ask for it. Wisdom is a gift. I've often wondered if wisdom was another being of some sort. Like when creation would happen, Scripture said that wisdom was there with God whenever He created. Anyways, you can ask for wisdom about what's going to happen around the markets. There's no one's got a crystal ball. No one's got a crystal ball, and that's just the way this system is going to work. You got to do your best to do the right things, right? So we've got the Dow sitting at, it's been pumping. It's continuing to pump. It's at 370 up, whatever it is. Crypto is up $1,100, more than that, right? It's actually really running up. How do I close this? I need to close this. This is stupid. Delete. And then we'll delete that too. That way you guys can see it a little more. Crypto really jumped up. Really jumped up. You know why? Because all the whales took advantage of the price and bought. And they're still buying. You can't see it really. It's really faint on my screen. I need to figure out how to make it a little brighter. Maybe... Nope, that's not it. Basically, there's a ton of buying pressure. Anyways, crypto is running up. At the same time, the Dow's running up. It kind of makes me wonder what is going on with Tom Snippy has a magic 8 ball. That's funny. Oh goodness. Yes, side squirrel there. Sorry. I really think that I'm not trying to give you guys price predictions. I won't give you price predictions. General directions, I guess, maybe. I genuinely think that crypto will come down if the Dow comes down. The Dow's going to come down. They're just playing with it, but I don't know how far it will go. I really think crypto is going to hold its value. And the markets in general are going to continue to drop. People around the world with fiat currencies. Look at the lira, right? It failed. You know what they did? They didn't go to the US dollar. They can't buy gold and silver. What they're doing is they're buying Bitcoin. They're buying these other digital currencies because they can. It's fantastic. Absolutely love it. Thank you, Joanna, for putting that up there. James 1-5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask God, that giveth to all men liberally. And I can't stand the unique King James version because I can never upbraideth, upbraideth not, and it shall be given to him. I can never read it. That's very interesting. Anyways, yes, thank you for pointing that out, Joanna, for finding that for me. Really appreciate that. All right, so anyways, like I said, Dow's up because Jerome Powell is going to have a decision today about, I don't know what. They're going to talk about something. They've been talking about raising the interest rates on the Federal Reserve interest. For those of you who don't know and are not aware, the way our Congress and our bills and our monetary system is set up is that when Congress or whoever goes and they have this, they create these bills and they spend this money, they don't go spend it from the Treasury. The Treasury doesn't have any money in it. They go to the Federal Reserve to what's called a discount window, and they take out all the money they need to spend on that bill or whatever it is. And then when they do that, that is immediately slapped with interest. And the interest rates that they're talking about are those rates, okay? That is a fluctuating rate. It changes. We all know this. Their way of dealing with inflation is to raise the rates to absorb the velocity of the currency. Just need to understand. When they printed that money these past 2 years, that 80%, I talk about, those of you new, I talk about it past couple of weeks here. They printed 80% of the monetary supply in the past 2 years. They're an attempt to absorb it by raising the rate at 0.25%. Yeah, that's going to work. No. So what they're going to do, what they're doing with the markets right now is they're pumping them up. They're going to announce what they're going to do. They're going to announce how much. They're going to announce blah, 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 blah. I don't know what they're going to say. No one does. But they're propping the markets up right now because they're going to be slammed hard when their information that they're going to put out comes out. Now, Daddy-o, who else loves more free money than the rich? at the expense of the average guy. Great. Exactly. And then Clint, this is perfect. I love the sarcasm. It's epic. Yes, I love inflation, Daddy-O. It's just great. Steal my energy. Yep, that's exactly what it is. So, interestingly enough, speaking of energy, Bitcoin is stored energy. If you really think about it, since you're mining it with electricity, you're storing that energy in a digital currency. Who'd have thunk that you could do that? Yeah, that's what that is. That's how it works. That's a discussion for probably Patreon to really dig into that one. I have to maybe figure out how to talk about that, how to explain that around like how that works. Because I have had to explain that to a couple people before. Anyways, fun times for sure. So, I need to probably okay. So let's move over here. Move this. Let's put this there, and let's pop this over here. Well, wrong button. Hang on. It's always fun. Whoops. Being in IT, anytime I hear someone say whoops, I go, "What did you do?" Usually it's never a good thing. Anyways, a full digital dollar? Yeah, the Fed released a study as a potential contender to the cryptocurrencies. Basically, they can't beat it, so they're going to try to create something and then force you to use it. The thing is, they can't actually stop you from using Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. And since it's a digital currency, all these exchanges and stuff, that'll just make it easier for you to buy and sell what you have. The only problem is they'll be able to see it because it'll be a blockchain. Yeah, that's the part that bothers me about them doing this, is that because it's blockchain technology, they'll be able to see not that they can't see those types of transactions now, but they'll have a one single pane of glass that they'll be able to see everybody's transactions. They want to know who Papa Joe's spending money, where Papa Joe's spending money, and how much, or how much he's getting paid or whatever in this new currency. They'll very easily be able to see. Very easily. And then they want their cut, right? Their illegal cut. Now, this is what I think they're going to talk about today, and I think they're going to talk about the interest rates. And I think this is why the markets are pumping up, because this is not going to be good for the dollar as it is today. Now, launching a fully digital dollar, now, if it was backed by gold and silver, palladium, platinum, I maybe could see that, but I still would be concerned about the privacy issues with that. I would still be concerned about it. Honestly, I think one of these days that the whole Bitcoin Foundation and whatnot, they're going to end up starting to work on gold, silver, and crypto, whatever being backed behind it. Thanks, Bitcoin Bull. The proposed CBDC should be called Sheeplecoin with BA as its ticker. And the logo should be surgical mask and a little lamb. Dude, that would be absolutely perfect. That would be perfect. I love it. Yeah, contender to cryptocurrency. Exactly. Clint, no. They're trying everything that they do. We all know this. So my regulars here, you guys all know this. My regular subscribers. These people want to take the normies and say, "Hey, don't worry about that crypto over there. We're gonna give you one over here. One that you just keep sucking on that bottle. I will put some fresh stuff in there that'll be better for you. Don't worry about it. And it's gonna be the same stupid thing with a lot more control, like a lot more control, a lot more control." The Federal Reserve released a report last week exploring opportunities to create a fully digital dollar, which could serve as a more stable alternative to other digital forms of money like cryptocurrency. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Exactly, Tom. I was just about to say this. Cliff High. I don't know if it was in a report or what. It was talking to someone that they are going to try this 3 separate times. And they're going to fail every time. You know why? Because we, the people, are wise to their stupid schemes. All this is going to do is allow them to see what's going on. Now, this would be interesting. However, the digital money used is typically stored on a commercial bank ledger or a public ledger in the case of cryptocurrency. That's what I'm trying to say. Do you want anyone and everyone to see who and what you spend your money on or with? Privacy is very important. I can't say this word, so please forgive me. Anonymity, I think is what it's called. Whatever. I can't say it. It's one of those, sometimes every once in a while there's words people just can't say. That's one of them for me. I digress. This is going to be very, very, very interesting if they actually go do this. I wonder how many. Actually, I just thought about this. I think maybe I said it yesterday. I don't know. The amount of money that they just printed in the past 2 years is insane. What if their plan was to do that, do all the stupid stuff that they were going to do, say, whoops, how do we fix the inflation problem? Oh, wait, let's just launch a digital dollar and delete the entire old system. And then now there's no inflation in this one anymore because we didn't print enough money to it. Now we're good to go. What if that's what they do? Just rip and replace. It's still going to be the same thing. It's just not going to be inflated and fixes everything. What if that was their plan the whole time? I don't know. It could be. That'd make a lot of people mad. It would fix the high prices on stuff, but then again, you still have to deal with the truckers who are not hauling right now. Telling you guys and gals, telling you. Daddy-o, exactly. They think we're all stupid. They really do. They actually do. I have heard multiple times where they literally call people stupid. We're not stupid. See, there's this thing called the internet, and even better, there are these big tech companies who come out like Google and other places who have indexed the internet. Well, the internet's bigger than what's been indexed. Do you guys understand that when you Google something or you search for anything on DuckDuckGo or anywhere else, like pre-search, you guys understand that you're only seeing about 10% of the actual internet, right? Those of you who are technical people, and please do not do this unless you know what you're doing. You will literally ruin your life. There are ways to get on the deep web. There's two different things. There's three different things. There's the index web, there's the deep web, and then there's the dark web. The deep web and dark web, people interchange those all the time. There's a very dark side of the internet. It's very nasty. And I would literally say it's pure evil. But the deep web, there's a lot of other stuff out there that you can get real information on, perfectly normal, that you just have to know what you're doing. But please do not go looking for that type of stuff. I've done it over the years. I was trained to do it for different various reasons. There's a lot of stuff out there that's coming down the pipe that is not necessarily a bad thing, but there's also some stuff that's just people are talking about just absolutely stupid. Anyways, I've harped on this one enough, I think. I really, really, really hate this. I really, really hate the contender. That is a bunch of baloney. That's a bunch of baloney. Tom, I love it. Perfect, man. All right, so Robert Kiyosaki, if you guys have not read Rich Dad Poor Dad, the book, I highly recommend you read it. If Robert Kiyosaki ever sees this video, I would love to have him on one of my shows to talk about residual income with cryptocurrency. He talks about real estate all the time. It's a great place, a great way to make residual income. There's lots of ways to do that. However, with cryptocurrency, it's very easy. And when done appropriately, it's absolutely fantastic. I'd love for him to be able to look at that because he's big into Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies, I believe. It would be really, really cool to have a conversation with him. Hey, did you know that you can do X, Y, and Z, and here's how? And then let you guys be part of that conversation. That would be amazing. Anyways, I don't know how approachable. He seems like he's an approachable guy, so I reached out to him. We'll see what he says. Reached out to him on Twitter. I don't know how to reach out to him. Anyways, So, Kiyosaki, the house of cards is going to collapse. Buy physical gold now. He's not wrong. Those of you who know and have been around in this circle for long enough, gold, silver, and crypto are pretty much how you protect yourself. And copper. Yes, copper is actually going to be, as a base metal, is going to be actually very needed for lots of industrial reasons. Silver is going to be a really big problem because there's not very much of it in the world at all. There's a lot more gold in the world than there is silver, like a lot more. People don't realize that. It's not as rare as silver is at all. Also, from a molecular standpoint, gold only has one isotope. Silver has two isotopes. That gives it a lot more malleability and capability and conductivity to be able to go and do different things from a technological advancement standpoint. Very cool stuff. But anyways, the big problem with fiat money is government issued currency not backed by physical commodity. This is largely based on public faith in the issuer. Now, this is very true. We all know this. I've had a lot of people come to me and say, Bitcoin's not backed by anything. I'm like, there's an entire network of compute that's backing it. There's an entire encryption system of people mining and running and processing the transactions everywhere and yet nowhere that cannot be turned off. It's mathematically programmed and built into a system that's everywhere and yet nowhere. That's what's backing crypto. Good luck turning that off. The value of freedom that's built into cryptocurrency, it's freedom. It's freedom. It gives you the ability to do what you want with your money and your life. No one can tell you no. No one can take it from, well, if you're stupid, they can take it from you. But they can't make you stop on your own. You decide. That's the cool part about it. Anyways, he talks about buying gold and silver and all this stuff in here, and he's not wrong. Really not wrong. All you need to understand, the reason I brought this up is because silver and gold are also very, very important in this time right now. Having the ability to protect your purchasing power and lock it into a silver bar or gold bar or whatever, it protects you from the inflation issues that we're dealing with right now. So, Bitcoin bull. That isn't a bad investment either. No, sir. It is not. Not at all. Not at all. There's a lot of people who invest in a lot of lead, me included. Anyways, let's talk about Matic. Last couple minutes here in the show. We're going to go over, folks. I'm sorry. We just are today. Matic price shows bullish signs of complete recovery. Yes, it does. Did you guys and gals know that Matic actually stayed really relative in pricing from a percentage standpoint? Didn't really move as much as everything else did? Yeah. Anyways, Polygon price breaking above the 200-day the moving average. I don't remember what S stands for. MA is moving average. Yeah. Matic price sits for return into ascending trend channel at $2. Expect Matic to rally further going into the Fed rate decision towards $1.75. Let's refresh this. Well, before the show, it was $1.75. Anyways. So I was kind of like, wow, okay, that's pretty cool. It actually hit it. Matic's price set for bullish breakout above 200-day moving average, which it did hit that, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, just want to talk this here real quick. As Bitcoin tests $38,000 as Matic explodes 10%. Paying attention to, they're basically in this article, they're pointing out the correlation between Bitcoin's pricing here at 38,000, but also how Matic rose 10%. Now, please pay attention to Matic and Polygon, whatever you call it. Please pay attention to it. I'm not trying to give you financial advice. Matic has a layer 1 solution. They also have a layer 2 solution. people don't understand what that means a lot of the time when you say layer 1 and layer 2. Okay. Layer 1, think about it from like a computer, right? A laptop. A laptop by itself without an operating system is just a paperweight. It does nothing. It can do nothing for you without an operating system. Think about layer 1 being that laptop without an operating system. You want to use the laptop, you have to install an operating system on it, which is your layer 2. Or yeah, let's go with that. That's an analogy. It's a little more complex than that because think about Bitcoin being an operating system on the Bitcoin blockchain. Think about Cardano, think about Matic, Polygon, whatever, being the operating system on their underlying blockchain. All right. So understand that that's how that very, very 50,000 foot view, high level works. Okay. Now, if you understand that part, and when you add layer 2, that's your smart contracts. That's your application layer. That's your wallets. That's whatever your interaction from the human interaction to the blockchain. That's how it works. Those are your applications. It's like installing your Office or your Word or whatever you're going to put on there. Your email application. That's your application layer, layer 2. Okay. There's a layer 3, but that's entirely, it's more getting into the Web 3.0 discussion. So so you just understand how that kind of works from a high level. That's kind of how they work. Okay. Matic has both layer 1 and layer 2. Ethereum has only layer 1 and needs Matic's layer 2 in order to actually function and appropriately try to scale itself. There's a lot of other projects out there that are doing the layer 1 and layer 2 together. However, Matic has a really rock solid team behind them. They also have first mover advantage in that layer 2, I think. Don't hold me to that. I'm pretty sure they're the first movers for the layer 2 stuff. I'm pretty sure. Again, don't hold me to it because there are projects out there like people didn't realize that Veritasium did the whole DeFi thing first, and yet they did, and they have the patents to prove it. That kind of stuff. So that don't hold me to that. But off the top of my head, they're up there. Anyways, Matic is going to continue to explode. Matic is a residual income bearing asset. You can stake the Matic you have and earn rewards for them. And if you have enough, you can effectively live your life with them using that. Matic completes corrective wave and will return to $2. It's already on its way there now. Well, it was before the show. Matic price completes dive below the rising wedge. I don't know what this stuff means in charts, guys and gals. If you do, ping me and maybe explain it. Primary support holds Matic instead of substantial value area inside a substantial value area. Downside risk remain, but are likely limited in scope and scale. Very, very true. Just remember today, when they announce the rate hike, whatever it ends up being, they're pricing in the drop right here. They're going to try and keep it to not go below that. That's going to be announced at 2 p.m., I believe, Eastern. So this is going to drop. It will probably go way beyond that. Bitcoin, unfortunately, is most likely going to drop. But it hopefully won't go below here. We'll see. I don't know what the pressure is. I hope it doesn't go here, but it could. Okay? Just be ready for that. But realistically, folks, you need to understand crypto will stop falling. I'm not selling, and there's a lot of people like me. We'll just accumulate more at these lower prices. That's just that simple. Crypto means freedom. It is a store of energy. It is a transfer of value. It is a way to protect yourself from the systems and constructs around this stuff. There's a lot of speculation around the whole Wall Street bet stuff that's going on there. There's a lot, and that's fine. We look at it, it's coming down right now, right here live, coming down. That's a pretty long candle. Let's see. Let's see. But here's what's going to happen. Whenever it stops falling and the rest of the market continues to fall, Bitcoin and other assets will rise faster than anything you've ever seen in your life or anyone's life for that matter. It will run so hard. It will be intense. I had a discussion, Daddy-O, with a friend of mine this morning about selling. Why sell? Just buy fiat just to buy fiat? No, thank you. Exactly. Bitcoin could effectively absorb all of the inflation. It really actually could. The people, exactly, Daddy-O. The bad guys, the bankers, whoever, they want your crypto. They want you to sell. They want you to let it go. I'm not financial advice. Y'all do what you want. This show is for entertainment and education purposes only. No financial advice, no legal advice, no tax advice. Do what you want. But understand that they want that crypto. They want to get as much of it as they can. They want as much of you. They want as much of people to just, oh no, it's falling. Crap. What's going to happen? Mm-mm. They only have so much ammo. This is a real free market. They can't create more of it. Even though they've tried with derivatives, they've tried with paper Bitcoin, those markets don't really correlate with the price as much as like silver does because they don't control all of them. They have to control all of it. Anyways, I think I've harped on that long enough. I should have a show today, Patreon show. The Patreon show is $5 a month. It's not a lot. It's enough to buy me a cup of coffee. Or, yeah, 1 cup of coffee. Those of you who are in there, the only reason I set it up so that I can have a time where I can actually really dig into things that matter to me personally. And I usually go into those topics because they have real weight to them, and you can't just come out and say stuff like that on an open channel. First Amendment's under attack, folks. That's why it's there. Honestly, if I had complete freedom of speech, I wouldn't have it. I would just do a second show and have fun with it. Thank you all for those of you who are in there. It means a lot to me. It really does. And if it continues to grow, I could very well potentially do more of this stuff full time. So if you guys feel like it, if you like the content, and those of you who are part of that, tell your friends and family about it. Send them the link. Anyways, you all have a wonderful, beautiful afternoon. I will see you at 4:30 Eastern. As long as nothing goes crazy, I should have that show running. Anyways, you guys all have a wonderful and blessed afternoon. We'll talk to you later.